Today is Friday, the 12th of January 2018. This is the CMT Trade Fair in Stuttgart, and the trade fair will open to the public tomorrow, but I'm in here on the evening just before it does open. The vehicle I've got in front of me is the very best thing that Eura Mobil has ever done. It is the Integra 700 EB, and that's my opinion, of course, is the best thing they've ever done. It's just over 7 meters in length. It's 232 centimeters wide, 292 high. It's got internal standing height of 195 centimeters, and it's pretty good. Right, let's have a look at that enormous garage. You can get stacks of stuff in there. And remember, this vehicle is only 7 meters or 715 centimeters in length. Now, it's got a very original interior coming inside. Well, as you can see, first thing we see is it's got a double floor, so it means it's winterized. It'll keep you a little bit warmer in winter. Well, we've got a bed up there above the driving part, above the lounge. Okay, well, obviously, as you can probably know, I'm not so keen on them because it takes away headroom. But let's come round to the back now, and there's a very original setup. Steps up there, shower here on the right. Here's your bed. Okay, you can leave it in a mess. You've got hanging space up there. You've got a bit more storage down there. Storage in the step and below the toilets. If you're in bed, you've got this slider that comes across here. Okay, really convenient for the toilet, so you can be out on a night on the booze and then bang, you hardly have to get out of bed to use the toilet. Which reminds me of a quick story, which is the following. So this gentleman goes to the doctor's and he says, "I'd like a 4-meter penis." And the doctor says, "What do you want that for?" He said, "So I don't have to get out of bed to use the toilet." Well, in this case, you'll only need a 1-meter penis. So that's good news for anybody thinking of having operations. There you have the sink, shower. I think it's like a domestic one. It looks a bit dark. I have to find the light. I couldn't find the light, but I'm sure this one seems to be one up there. Oh, and it comes out blue as well. So I did see it in operation a bit earlier. Now, here we have the kitchen. Okay, so we've got this glass cover, and what this means is you can have stuff up here whilst you're cooking here on these two rings. Great idea for making more prep area. You've got all of this space down here as well for prep. You've got these bottle holder, so you can keep your oils and what have you, and spices and things like that in there. Coming down here, we've got this thing here, which in German is called a chemist's drawer, but I don't really slide out drawer, something like that in English. So great for storage. We've got these deep drawers here for other things that you might want to actually keep in there. So there's a huge amount of storage. It's got this wonderful shape as well to it. So as far as kitchens go and vehicles, I think this has got to be one of the best I've seen. Got one of these pull down coffee makers here. I'm not so keen on them myself, but I notice a lot of more expensive vehicles have these sort of things in them as well. And this water tap, smart looking. Down here there is a deep sink with domestic plug hole. In my opinion, that really has got to be one of the best kitchens I've seen in a 7-meter vehicle. And I think that my vehicle's this size, and I wish I'd thought of some of these ideas. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay, coming down here into the lounge, obviously it's an integrated version, and so we've got all this space down there, so you can keep your plants down there when you park, should you so desire. We've got a lot of room around the table. This chair here, I'm changing my mind on this chair, though in many cases I think it makes the place look more cluttered, but maybe it works out here. And you've got your television there if you want it. A light above this chair so you can sit down and read. Let's come down here and sit in these very nicely shaped seats. Admire the lighting in this vehicle and the sense of originality that it gives. Now, do you think this is the best thing you've seen from Eura Mobil? No, well, you don't have to answer that one because that might be a rather difficult question, because then, well, I don't want to watch another 20 films to give you an answer to that. But what do you think of this as a layout? For me, it really is thinking outside the box, and I really do appreciate that type of thing. Even there at the entrance, you see, we've got this additional storage. Okay, it's not particularly large, but you know, you keep things like bottles in there, maybe more bottles in there, don't know, whatever. Keep your hats or something in there. You've got a space here, potentially putting shoes in. Oh, here we've got this big tower fridge and an oven above it. And the electrics in the place you'd expect them to be in. It is a rather expensive vehicle. You're not going to find one of these on the second-hand market for many years. Let's have a walk around. You can see some of these other vehicles as well. I'll be filming them in due course. But this thing here, when I saw it, I thought, you know, that really is good. Some gas there, EHU there, you know, diesel. I know the light's not so good, but I mean, unfortunately we're in a hall here and there's not much I can do about it. Just bought this camera as well, Sony Alpha 6000, and I'm not so keen on the stabilization so far. I tried to make it more stable using software, and unfortunately got rid of the wide angle. Lost a lot of my wide angle, so I thought, well, if I'm going to lose my wide angle, I may as well just go back to my old camera. Okay, write down what you think. I think it's brilliant. I really like it. You might think something else. So, right. Oh, and also there'll be more information, I hope, on my website motorhomefulltime.com.